What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my player career mode. This is episode number 22, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Stockdale is indeed going to be banned for this game. Of course, got a red card in the game against Chelsea after bringing down Mario Balotelli, to which Balotelli then missed the penalty as we drew the game one apiece, and he had missed this game, so Bettinelli would start this game. Now that is a name which I'm sure not many people have heard before, but he started this game, and it was against Stoke here at home at Craven Cottage, and of course, after that draw against Chelsea, surviving that game, we did indeed see the league table. We see it here as well. We are currently sitting in third place, and we are still unbeaten. So an absolutely fantastic start to this season, no doubt about it. And as we take on Stoke here, we fully expected to win this game. Really, no disrespect to Mark Hughes' men, and to be honest, we wanted to keep this unbeaten run going, if nothing else. But the first chance of the game would fall here in the third minute as our standing goalkeeper Bettinelli clears the ball forward. I flick it on towards Kasami here, and despite him getting fouled, I win the ball. Then I get fouled, and then he wins the ball. Then eventually gets on it and plays it to me down left hand side here. And this was just hilarious. We go down left hand side, swinging across, and well, I scored this goal, and you probably saw it happen in the middle, but if you didn't, you see it on the replay here. I score, I celebrate, I get celebrated with, and everyone's really happy. And I've talked about it before, Kasami is like my favourite player ever in this player career mode, and well, this is exactly why. I'm laughing because I just remember that I was just seeing that in real time. Yeah, Begovic gets absolutely floored by Kasami because although he can't head the ball into the back of the net, he realises that the ball's going to drop to me on a tight angle. Begovic should have a simple save, he doesn't do anything. So he pushes Begovic into the back of the net, and I finesse the ball into the empty net there. So it's Fulham 1, Stoke 0. There was still some work to be done as a tight angle, no doubt, but even so, we take the lead, and it's just Kasami. The guy's as much in love with me as I'm in love with him. It's absolutely incredible. But in the 21st minute here, Brian Ruiz gets on the ball and gives it to myself. Nice little scoop turn to get around Wilkinson here, then a Berber spin, then a roulette, and we offload it to Kasami, trying to return the favour, but unfortunately he puts the shot wide. So he tries to get the goal there, and unfortunately it's just wide the post. But it's still 1-0 to be honest, and still 1-0 to be honest. Of course it's 1-0. It's still 1-0. We were playing quite well, and in the 39th minute, Wilson crosses this ball in towards Cameron Jerome. It's cleared away only as far as Charlie Adam, and the former Blackpool and Liverpool man and Rangers man gives it to Wilkinson down left hand side. He swings it across towards Nzonzi, and his header is comfortably dealt with by the standing goalkeeper Bettinelli. So still 1-0, and in the 45th minute here, he clears the ball forward towards myself. I flick it on towards Steve Sidwell, but I end up getting a nasty injury, and unfortunately that is absolutely gutting because we haven't had any injury problems this season. And of course I had a couple of well, actually I had 3 during the course of last year, which wasn't nice, and I finally get my first knock here. I did manage to carry on, the game carried on without me, and I eventually managed to run it off and continue, so I survived until half time here. And as you can see, that's a wayward pass for myself. I survived until half time, but unfortunately for us, during the second half, as you quickly saw there, I did have the hospital sign next to my name, and as you can see, I did indeed get subbed off from Mitroglou. So I unfortunately had to simulate the rest of the game. I was injured, and that absolutely sucks. As you can see, we did actually end up winning the game anyway by a 1-0. So good to see we did manage to hang on and get the victory, courtesy of my goal before I was subbed off here, because of an injury. But as you can see here, I was out for 6 days, and thankfully it was nothing serious. You know, because in the last season we had 3 injuries, a few of them were a few weeks, so one was for 2 months. This one is just 6 days. I was actually ready to play in the next game against Leicester, so thankfully it would force us out of that game, but not for the rest of the games, or the next game anyway. But yeah, we take on Leicester here, away from home, and of course they came up with us last year. We got promoted with QPR and Leicester, so we take on Leicester, and away from home I was feeling, you know, very confident. Of course we've been in such a good run of form. As you can see by the league table, we are still currently 3rd place. We are still unbeaten. We are 8 points clear of Liverpool in 5th. So as things stand, touch wood, we will be in a Champions League spot come the end of the year, which would be an absolutely incredible achievement, wouldn't it? But yeah, we take on Leicester, and as you can see here, a little bit of a brief introduction to me there. Of course, I was returning from injury, and yeah, we take on one of the newly promoted sides, and the first chance game would fall in the 3rd minute here as I play the ball towards Kieran Richardson. Richardson finds Kasami, who gives me the ball here. First time cross into the box here. Henderson fails to deal with it. It's headed across the face of goal, but unfortunately it goes into the side netting, and it is still 0-0. So a good chance there, but still scoreless. But in the 29th minute here, Sidwell gets on the ball and finds Brian Ruiz. Ruiz finds myself. I play it out wide towards our German right back. He plays the ball forward towards Kasami. Kasami gets on the ball and shoots, but it's just wide the post, and it's still 0-0. So Kasami almost scoring. That would have been a lovely goal by Kasami, but still 0-0 as things stood there. As you can see me lunging, requesting the shot. Still 0-0. But from this corner in the 34th minute. It's crossed into the box by Brian Ruiz. Kasami goes for the header, and he finally does get his goal as well. And I'm waiting for him to get up so I can celebrate with him. And it's Leicester 0, Fulham 1. So Kasami gets the goal. Always nice to see Kasami score. And yeah, we're 1-0 up here. In the 42nd minute, Kakanikovic goes on the left-hand side here. He keeps holding the ball, the Swedish wide man. Richardson crossed the ball in, and the referee gives us a penalty. And I was like, what on earth is that for? It all happened so quickly. I had no idea what happened there. Moore, I think it was, wasn't happy. And as you can see, it's because he seemed to push Kasami to the floor. It was a soft penalty, but you can see what the referee gave it. And Kasami, despite winning a penalty, he let me take it. And a good chance for us to take our penalty record to 2 from 2. It's myself against the goalkeeper, Henderson. Can I do it? I stand up, I wait, I take it, and I do score. Just good penalty, but just about gets past the goalkeeper. So Leicester 0, Fulham 2, and as you can see, we do the celebration here, and yeah, it's 2-0, so good to get another penalty goal. And it was a great penalty right into the top corner, but the goalkeeper died the right way and he almost got a glove to it, but still 2-0 here. And yeah, very pleased to be doubling our lead in this game. But just the second half started, I should say, I decided to request a substitution. The main reason, because I wasn't fully fit coming into this game. The manager did decide to start me, but I wasn't fully fit. I didn't have any injury problems, but I wasn't fully fit, so I decided to request a substitution. And at the end of the day, the game was done. Like, Leicester rarely threatened, and I felt as though we were in control, and I felt we'd be okay. So Carrillo comes on, and as you can see, we simulated the rest of the game, and we did end up holding on to get the win by 2-0 as well. So it didn't matter at the end of the day. I got a goal, and you know, I played pretty decently on my comeback game, and game was actually playing on my birthday. I just realised that. But yeah, we won the game by 2-0, and yeah, it was a good victory there. And I also won Player of the Month, which is great. I won Player of the Month. I think that's the second time I won Player of the Month this year, which is fantastic. So that was kind of cool. And here's a look at our stats as well. 16 games in, 16 goals, 6 assists, average rating of 8.2. Here's a look at our attributes. We're an 83 rated striker, of course. For those of you that want to know what Kasami and Kakanikovic's rating are, Kakanikovic's is 80, Kasami's 81. So there you go. And here's a look at our accomplishments as well. 55% on the overall progress, looking quite decent as things stand. And also as well, here's a look at the league table. After winning that game, we closed the gap at the top to 3 points. We're in 3rd place, and we are currently 10 points clear of Liverpool, who are in 5th. So what a fantastic start to the season it's been. And of course, we are still the only unbeaten side in the Premier League as things stand. So yeah, that's obviously pretty good news for us, and I'm pleased with that. But here's a look at the top scoring charts. As you can see, once again, I'm still topping the tables with 16 goals. Mata is in 2nd with 12, and Rooney is in 3rd with 11. So still topping that top goal scorer chart. I'm not sure whether I can hold on to it and become the top goal scorer of the season and win the Golden Boot, but I'll certainly be doing my best regardless. But the following game was going to be against Everton here at Craven Cottage. So after dispatching Leicester quite comfortably, I was, you know, feeling confident in my chances and looking to make it 3 goals in 3 games. And as we take on Everton, I did fancy my chance as well, and Roberto Martinez's men are currently sitting in 10th place, so Everton never seems to do very well on career mode. I don't know why, but sitting in 10th place, and yeah, they've still got some good players though, no doubt about it, and the defence is quite good as well. Obviously Jagielka's a very decent centre-back, and Baines is great as well, and obviously Coleman had a great season last year. So we take on Everton. The first chance of the game would fall in the 11th minute as Everton had a free kick. Leighton Baines struck it, but that is not a typical Leighton Baines free kick. That was absolutely atrocious, but still 0-0. But in the 26th minute, we had a throw in which we gave away so sloppily. Eventually, Stephen Pienaar, the South African, finds Stephen Naismith. Stephen Naismith finds the Irishman Aidan McGeady, but he puts his shot onto the post. So what a chance that was for the former Spartak, Moscow and Celtic winger. But he hits the post with his shot, and it's still 0-0. So a great chance there, but still scoreless. But in the 56th minute here, a good chance for Everton once again. It's Naismith, the former Rangers man, who gets onto the ball, goes through 1-on-1, chips to the far post, but thankfully for us, Pienaar couldn't connect. Had he done that, that would have been 1-0, because of course the open goal was there, but he couldn't get to the ball, and it's still 0-0. So still scoreless. But in the 67th minute here, I get the ball from Steve Sidwell, play the ball out wide towards the run of Carrillo. Carrillo plays the ball back inside towards myself here. I beat my man, keep on going down the right hand side. I got enough pace, I swing it across towards the centre. It's headed away only as far as Kakanikovich. The ball gets cleared only as far as, was it Johnson coming in there? But even so, good save by Joel Robles, and it's still 0-0. And from that, Everton play out from the back. Eventually though, Francisco Jr. finds Aidan McGeady offloads it towards Seamus Coleman, but Coleman with a heavy touch gives the ball away, and Kieran Richardson gives it back towards Morabieta. Then to Kieran Richardson finds Kakanikovic. He gives it to myself. Nice little step over to get around Phil Jagielka. Really good chance here. Nice little fake shot. Give it to Kasami. Kasami offloads it towards Carrillo, running clear, but his shot is well saved by the goalkeeper. However, he does get to the rebound, and he makes it Fulham 1, Everton 0. So Carrillo gets the goal, and we do take the lead here with just under 18 minutes to go in this game. So good to take the lead there. And in the 79th minute, a good chance here would fall to Everton as Leighton Baines gets on the ball here. Baines, the left back, gives it forward, and eventually Francisco Jr. finds Stephen Naismith. Naismith shoots from a tight angle, but Stockdale makes the save and keeps the score at 1-0. However, from the corner, it's the talented youngster Ross Barkley who crosses the ball in from the corner. It's headed away only as far as Phil Jagielka. Jagielka finds his man, but the shot goes harmlessly wide of the post, and that was how the game finished. So a 1-0 victory ahead of Everton. Very, very decent game there. It was quite a difficult one. Everton had a lot of chances. We didn't have that many, but we took the best one we got, I guess is the best way of saying it. And yeah, we did get the win by a goal to 0. So very pleased to get the win. Carrillo gets the goal. I wasn't involved in any way, but of course the result is the most important thing. And yeah, I was very pleased to get another 3 points under our belt. The unbeaten streak survives, and yeah, we of course keep ourselves in the top 4 places. You can see here as the media articles once again, Felix Magath praises us by saying that we are unbeatable. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of My Player Career Mode very soon.